English snacks.
Hey everyone, welcome back to English Snacks, the podcast where we serve you short, tasty bites of the English language. I'm Michael, and sitting across from me as always is the wonderful Kendra. Kendra, how are you feeling today?
You know what? That is actually a really good question, and I don't want to just say fine, because I'm not just fine. I'm something more specific than fine.
Oh, this is already perfect for today's episode. Tell me more.
Okay, so I had one of those weeks where everything kind of happened at once. Good things, stressful things, a moment of pure panic, a moment of genuine joy, and somewhere in the middle of all of it, I just sat down and thought, I have no idea how to explain how I'm feeling right now, in English or in any language.
I know exactly that feeling. And I think what's interesting is you just used 3 or 4 very specific emotional words in one sentence. Panic, joy, stressed, and your brain went to those because fine just wasn't enough.
It really wasn't. Fine is such a flat word. It doesn't carry anything.
Which is exactly why today's episode exists. Because today we're talking about feelings, real feelings, the full range of what human beings actually experience, and how to talk about them in English with real, accurate, expressive vocabulary. Not just happy, not just sad, the stuff in between.
The stuff that makes you feel like a person, basically.
Exactly. Okay, but before we get into it, last week we talked about the letters O-U-G-H and why they make 6 completely different sounds. Did anyone try the comment challenge? We ask you to write a sentence using at least 2 O-U-G-H words. Drop it below if you haven't yet.
And here's a little bonus challenge from us. Can you use 3 O-U-G-H words in one sentence? Something like, even though it was tough, I got through it. If you can do that, we want to see it. Show us what you got.
All right. Today, we're talking about feelings, emotions, the full range of what it actually means to be a human having a week. Let's get into it.
So let's start here. Why is it hard to talk about feelings in English? Because I think a lot of learners know the basic words, happy, sad, angry, tired. But when something more complicated happens, when life gets nuanced,
the vocabulary just isn't there yet.
Right. And what happens when you don't have the words for what you're feeling?
You either say nothing or you say something that isn't quite right. And both of those feel frustrating. There's actually a word for this, the feeling of not being able to express what you mean. It's called being inarticulate. Inarticulate meaning unable to express yourself clearly in words.
Inarticulate. And I think a lot of English learners feel inarticulate about emotions specifically, not because they don't have feelings, but because the vocabulary bridge isn't built yet.
And that's what we're building today, word by word. So let's start with a feeling that I think everyone listening right now has experienced this week. Overwhelmed.
Oh, yes, overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed, adjective. It means you have so much happening, so many tasks, emotions, responsibilities, that it feels like too much to handle, like a wave that's just slightly too big. I've been feeling really overwhelmed this week. The amount of work on my plate is overwhelming.
I was overwhelmed on Tuesday. I had 3 deadlines, a phone call I'd been avoiding for 2 weeks, and someone asked me to decide on something, and I went completely blank. My brain just stopped.
The brain shut down. Classic overwhelm response. And notice, overwhelming is the adjective describing the situation. Overwhelmed is how you feel. The situation is overwhelming. I feel overwhelmed. Both are useful, slightly different.
That's such a helpful distinction. Okay, next one, because it connects to what I just said. Anxious.
Anxious. This one comes up constantly, and I think learners sometimes confuse it with nervous. They're related, but not the same. Anxious, adjective, means a feeling of worry or unease, often about something uncertain or in the future. It's a heavier, more persistent feeling than nervous. Nervous is usually about a specific event, like a presentation. Anxious can follow you around all day without a clear reason.
Yes, that's exactly it. Nervous is, I have a job interview in an hour. Anxious is, I woke up at 3 a.m. and just lay there worrying about everything and nothing specific.
The 3 a.m. everything and nothing feeling. Very human, very anxious. And the noun is anxiety. I've been dealing with some anxiety lately. And you say anxious about something. That preposition matters.
Anxious about, not anxious for, not anxious of, anxious about.
Exactly. I'm anxious about the meeting tomorrow. Natural, clear, accurate.
Okay, let's move to something a bit lighter because not everything is overwhelm and 3 a.m. panic.
No, not everything. Let's talk about content.
Content, like the content of a video?
Same spelling, different pronunciation and meaning. When it's a noun, content, it means the stuff inside something, like a video or a book. But when it's an adjective, content, it means quietly satisfied, peaceful, not ecstatic, not jumping up and down, just settled, at ease with where you are.
Oh, I love that word, content. It's such a calm feeling, like sitting with a cup of tea on a Sunday morning when you have nowhere to be.
That is the perfect image for content. I feel content. She seemed content just sitting by the window. It's happiness without the noise.
It's different from happy, isn't it? Happy feels active. Content feels still.
That's a really beautiful distinction, Kendra. Happy is a peak. Content is a steady state. And for a lot of people, content is actually the goal. Not happiness all the time, just contentment.
Contentment, the noun. I found a real sense of contentment this weekend. That sounds like something worth having.
It really does. Okay, next word. And this one I want to talk about because I think it's one of the most useful and underused words in English for learners. Drained.
Oh, drained. That word hits differently.
It really does. Drained, adjective, means emotionally or physically exhausted, like your energy has been completely used up, like a battery at 0%. And what's useful about drained is that it's more specific than tired. Tired can mean you need sleep. Drained means something took something from you.
I had a conversation last month, a really emotionally heavy conversation with someone I care about, and afterwards, I couldn't do anything for the rest of the day. Not because I was sleepy, I just had nothing left, and tired didn't cover it. Drained was the exact word.
Yeah, drained is the word for that. I feel completely drained. That conversation was draining. And notice, draining is the adjective for the thing causing the feeling. The situation is draining. I feel drained.
Same as overwhelming and overwhelmed.
Exactly right. English does this a lot. The situation is adjective ending in ing. You feel adjective ending in ed. Overwhelming, overwhelmed. Draining, drained. Exhausting, exhausted. Once you know the pattern, it multiplies your vocabulary.
That is such a useful grammar point. I love when one rule gives you 10 words.
It's the gift that keeps giving. Okay, let's talk about relieved, because I think this one is underused, and it's such a satisfying word.
Ah, relieved. Just saying it feels like putting something down.
That is exactly right. Relieved, adjective, means the feeling you get when something you were worried about turns out okay, or when something difficult is finally over. It's that exhale moment. I'm so relieved the exam is finished. She was visibly relieved when she heard the news.
I waited 2 weeks for some medical results once. Nothing serious, a routine thing, but I didn't know that yet. And when the doctor called and said everything was fine, I sat down on the floor right there, on the floor of my kitchen, relieved.
The floor set, the ultimate relieved response. And notice, relieved often pairs with that or to. I'm relieved that it's over. I'm relieved to hear that. Both very natural.
And the noun, relief. That was such a relief. I felt an enormous sense of relief. Relief is one of those feelings that's almost physical, like you feel it in your body.
Completely. Like pressure just leaving. All right, and our last word for today, and I saved this one intentionally, grateful.
Grateful, such a good one.
Grateful, adjective, means feeling thankful, appreciating what you have or what someone has done for you. I'm so grateful for your help. She felt deeply grateful to everyone who showed up. And the noun, gratitude. I have so much gratitude for this community.
I think grateful is one of those words that sounds simple but carries a lot of weight when you actually feel it and say it. Like saying I'm grateful to someone is different from saying thank you. Thank you is polite. I'm grateful for you is deeper. It means you see what someone brought to your life.
That's really well said. And for learners, grateful always comes with for or to. Grateful for something, I'm grateful for this opportunity. Grateful to someone, I'm grateful to everyone who supported me. Both very natural.
And there's a lovely phrase, I'm just grateful to be here. You hear it in interviews and speeches. It sounds humble and warm at the same time.
It does. Okay, let's do a quick recap drill. I'm going to say the word, Kendra gives the quick meaning, then we both give a sentence. Listeners, say the sentence with us.
Let's go.
Overwhelmed.
Too much to handle, like a wave that's slightly too big. I've been feeling really overwhelmed this week.
Everything hit at once and I just felt completely overwhelmed.
Anxious.
Persistent worry, often without a clear reason. I've been feeling anxious about a few things lately.
I woke up anxious and I didn't even know why. Content.
Quietly satisfied. Peaceful. Happiness without the noise. I feel so content just sitting here with a cup of tea.
It wasn't exciting, but I felt genuinely content. Drained.
Emotionally or physically used up. Battery at 0%. That conversation left me completely drained.
I wasn't tired, I was drained. There's a difference. Relieved.
The exhale feeling when something difficult is over or turns out okay. I'm so relieved that's done. She sat down on the floor completely relieved.
Grateful.
Deeply thankful. Seeing what someone brought to your life. I'm so grateful for the people around me.
I don't say it enough, but I'm genuinely grateful to be here.
Beautiful. Okay, your challenge this week. In the comments, describe your week using at least 2 of today's words. It doesn't have to be long, just real. I felt overwhelmed on Monday, but by Friday I was relieved and actually a little content. Something like that. Show us your week in emotional vocabulary.
We are going to read every single one. And honestly, writing about your feelings in English is one of the most powerful things you can do as a learner. It builds vocabulary and it processes the week. 2 things for the price of 1.
If today's episode helped you find words for something you've been feeling, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs the vocabulary. You probably know someone.
Until next time, keep listening, keep feeling, and keep finding the words for it. Take care, everyone.
Bye for now. See you in the next episode.